Oh, how long you been homeless?
On and off for the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Nothing against the gay community, but
Yeah.
a lot of them, they come at me strong.
Right.
It's not like, hey, how you doing? It's like, hey, do you want to have sex?
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Hey, this is Ask Pharmacist Tish. I'm here in the beautiful city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And who do I have the pleasure of meeting today?
My name is Ryan Nelson.
Ryan Nelson, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, so I have been around the wall and I'm just now seeing you. You say you've been out here for like a week?
Yeah, week and a half. Just trying to get my stuff, my life back together. Starting over again,
Yeah, start your life over. How old are you?
I'm 30.
So, like, what's different about you? Like, what's your story?
I really don't have too much of a background. I'm actually born in Miami, raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, so shout out to Miami.
Miami, Atlanta.
Miami.
Right. My family's from Georgia, but we scattered all over the United States. I think my mom's right now in Washington. We never talk. We have a rocky relationship. So.
Okay, so you say you and your mom have a rocky relationship. So how was your childhood growing up? So you grew up in Miami, born in...
No, I grew up in Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to grade school in Atlanta, but I moved foster care to group home.
Oh, you were in foster care?
Yeah.
Why is that?
My mother was abusive.
Abusive. Like how? In what way?
She used to physically, verbally abuse me.
Okay. To the point where
I have marks. I go to school, teachers would be like, what happened? They didn't want to tell, so of course they got involved, and the state got involved and took me out of custody.
How old were you?
7.
7 years old.
I eventually aged out. So.
Oh, so you were in foster care till you aged out.
Yeah.
So how did you feel being taken away? Even though your mom was abusive, how did you feel? Were you happy or?
Yeah, it was beneficial in the long run. I got to experience more.
Really?
My mom, being a single mother, she was, not as wealthy, but she did provide the basic necessities. But me venturing out, going to group homes and foster cares and everything else, I got a chance to experience like horseback riding or interacting with different people, with different cultures and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I learned those people skills. I learned how to. I ventured a lot. Like
I can tell, because it's like chaos today. It is crazy, and you're so calm. It is throwing me off.
Yeah,
so you just learn how to adapt to different scenarios and situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up the way I did. So.
Really? So you had a good experience with foster care and group homes.
Bad and good.
How was it?
It's like I said, it's beneficial that I didn't grow up with my mother, because I probably would, made the wrong decision. Been in prison several times and whatnot.
Okay.
The fact that I did have the opportunity to explore, But like I said, it was a bad side. It was never. I bounced around so many times. It was.
Coming back.
I obviously run into bad people. There's bad people all over the place. So I go into those group homes. I get abused in there sometimes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it just all depends. But then sometimes I go in those group homes and they're excellent. So
right.
It's just, this is where I was at that particular time,
So tell me about the aging out, because it's a big thing. I'm sorry, the sun is bright.
Okay.
It's a big thing with aging out. So aging out is at 18?
17.
At 17.
17 and a half.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
So what does aging out of a foster care mean exactly?
Basically, it's saying that you're too young to be taken care of. So now we're going to push you out.
So do they set you up with a program?
Sort of. Well, my last group home I was in as an adolescent, I didn't want to be there. I told my counselors and everything, so I ended up still in the car.
Okay.
I took the car, went on a joyride. They charged me as an adult, and that's how I actually got aged out.
Okay.
But I don't have those criminal charges anymore. That's the only time I've actually been in jail and whatnot, so. But yeah, I ended up, they charged me just, taking the car. I didn't want to be there.
I mean, but basically you were just a child, a kid,
exactly.
Just acting out, doing kid stuff, or even the most, rich kids do. Every kid do a thing.
Yeah.
But they charge you as an adult, which I hate to hear.
17 years old. And,
you had to go to like a real prison?
well, actual jail, yeah.
Okay, how long you stay?
Jail. About 4 months because nobody could bond me out. I didn't have anybody bond me out. So
Right.
And I did time serve, so those back in the past. 17 years old, I'm 30 years old. I haven't seen those things. It doesn't haunt me today.
Okay, so how did you move on from being aged out? Okay, let me ask you this though. Like, so did it give you money to start your life off with? I mean, so I want to know exactly
Once I got out of jail, it was like, here you go. I stayed with my mom for a while. Went to school, finished high school.
Okay.
Went to college for a little while.
Okay. So you did go back to your mom.
Yeah.
So was she any better?
I was better.
Oh, you was able to handle her better.
I was better. I was not only better, I was mature and older, so
okay.
I already knew what to expect. So I kept my cool.
Okay.
But eventually, it still didn't work out. Just we had our disagreements, and she ended up kicking me out. Ended up going, staying with my girlfriends for a couple of years, and
okay. Okay.
Didn't work out.
Okay, right. Life.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have any children?
None that I know of.
None that you know of. You're funny.
None that I know of.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you feel about the aging out system? Do you feel like
it should be set up better for people? Because
your aging out was you did something wrong, they put you in jail, and then you got
upset.
Right.
But like, I was one of the fortunate ones to come out of it sane.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that I grew up with back in the day. They're in jail or dead right now.
Right. So what's so special and different about your mindset that you didn't end up that way?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't fold, or maybe I didn't crack. Maybe I didn't have that mental breakdown or whatnot. But
right.
I mean, I do have suffered from depression and everything else, but I don't know. I can't answer that question.
So that's the only mental health issue you have is the depression?
Depression, anxiety.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you've been through a lot, and I can tell you internalize a lot of things, which is kind of good for out here, but in general, it's not healthy.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you end up? How long you been? I'm sorry. How did you end up homeless? How long you been homeless?
I've on and off for the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Uh huh.
Again, when I broke up with my ex, I broke up with her because I was working and she wasn't working, and I was loyal and I did everything I was supposed to, and I just had enough.
And what was wrong with her?
She just didn't want to do anything.
Okay.
I mean, I would go to work and nothing would be done, or she didn't want to work. I was like, I don't care if you work, but
right.
out, just do something. She didn't want to do anything, and it lasted for a couple months.
Okay.
And I was like, I had to. So
okay.
Eventually, I left. It's just hard to do everything on your own.
Right.
I'm just completely out here on my own, period.
Right. Yeah. So
I get to a point where I'm successful. Like the last time I was really doing good. I was working. I was going to school, but I was working. I was tired. I came off from work one day. I was driving home from work. I fell asleep behind the wheel.
Okay.
I hit the wall, 60 miles per hour.
Okay.
And fortunately, nothing happened except my tire popped. But it was like a big wake-up call for me because I could have died.
Right. You hit the wall 16 miles per hour.
I was driving on high. I was fell asleep behind the wheel and everything. I'm very fortunate that was the only thing that happened. So.
Right. Yeah. Especially when you hit a still, like a wall.
A wall.
Yeah.
So I whatever.
Swiped it.
Yeah, I swiped it and the tire popped and I had to pull over. But it was late at night. It was like, it was early in the morning, but it was still dark outside because I worked overnight shifts.
Right.
So yeah, it's just hard, and I just fell into depression.
Right. So now, how did you end up in Charlotte? Because you say you was in Georgia.
Yeah, I was in Tampa Bay actually.
Tampa Bay.
And I joined a program out there. Somebody told me about a good program.
What kind of program?
The Salvation Army.
Okay. What was the program for?
It really for drug addicts, but I'm not a drug addict.
So you don't misuse substances or anything?
I smoke marijuana. I can't say it.
I mean, so you out here with all the crack,
yeah,
all the liquor.
No.
Yeah, and I mean, and you're just sitting there like just chilling, I mean, hold on. It's like so much chaos and craziness, and we're having a normal conversation while all the crack is blowing around. and stuff like that. So how do you not like succumb to that lifestyle?
I know that if I go through that route, that it's a dark route, and it may not look pretty if I go down that route. So there's no point of adding insult to injury or falling further than I am right now. So as long as I'm cognitive right now and without the drugs, that's all that matters. I still have my wits about me, and I don't want to dilute that with drugs.
Right. Okay. I mean, so the point is, not all homeless people are addicts. Not all.
Even that stupid, you don't misjudge the book by its cover. Some of us are highly intelligent individuals.
Right. I mean, you went to college and everything. What did you major in when you went?
I didn't finish, but I was going to go to school for registered nursing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can still do that.
Yeah, but I have a lot of debt, so
I
pay that debt off, or either pay for my school first.
Okay.
My scholarship's back.
Okay. So what made you not finish college? Like, what happened?
Female.
Women.
Yeah.
We'll get y'all every time, huh?
Yeah.
It's not the one that wasn't doing nothing, was it?
No, it was totally different one. I was going to college before I saw her.
Okay. Right. So why are you homeless right now? Like you say, you have ID.
Right now, it's current moment. I lost my ID. I was on the Greyhound coming up here from Tampa Bay.
I
guess my wallet fell out of my pocket.
Okay.
Tragic, yeah.
Because I always took having an ID for granted. But having an ID is everything. You can't get food stamps. You can't get help.
I can't get a job. I can't get a job, period.
Right. What?
Anyway, I can't earn any income right now.
Because of your not having an ID.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's kind of holding you back right now is you don't have an ID to prove who you are, to get a job. So you kind of just cooling out, having to be homeless until that happens.
Yeah, until around Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Because it takes 10. I already ordered it. It takes 10 business days. And getting jobs is just as easy as going to a staffing agency and say, "Here's my credentials."
Yeah.
Places somewhere. That place is somewhere within 2 or 3 days.
Wow. So your story has a lot of hope and everything like that. You just have to go. You're just going through it right now. Yeah. So tell me about, you were saying about the men's shelter. Like, you don't even like staying there.
Oh yeah. So I did a couple of days. One thing, cleanliness, terrible.
Really? Like, what be going on?
Excuse me. I can say it's like
pissy or shitty or
shitty all over. I mean, I remember one time I went in the shower stall, them shit all over the toilet, all over the floor.
Okay.
And I don't know who cleans that up. I feel so bad for them.
Okay. And this is like some place to help people, but then they're not even.
They're doing drugs.
Okay.
Inside the building.
Right.
They're shooting dope. I remember one guy actually died. He fell off the front because he OD'd off the front, the top bunk. The top bunk.
Right.
And they did a full-on investigation because they thought somebody sold them the drugs inside, so they did an investigation and everything.
Right.
Not only that, like I mentioned before, especially with these men's shelters, nothing against the gay community, but
yeah,
a lot of them, they come at me strong.
Right.
Now, it's not like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like, "Hey, do you want to have sex?"
Ooh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Straight up.
Like, straight up.
Straight up, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so you are already under distress. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that happens in like women get raped out here all the time and stuff,
I'm just glad I'm not super scary.
Right.
So.
Right, so in the men's shelter there's a lot of, I mean, you're already under stress and then they trying to push up on you.
Wow. And it's the undercover brothers too. It ain't the people that are out there flow like butterflies. It's the ones that on the down low, they want you done. They push you to the side. They try to be cool with you at first.
Right. They try to groom you.
Yeah, basically, and they try to befriend you, and then they pop out with a question immediately.
Right. Wow. And so for that, you just like, screw it. I'll just find me a spot out in here in these streets and. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're.
Gotta fight somebody.
Right. Right. Somebody, especially when your situation is just a ID away from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You actually get what I need to do.
So, what kind of work are you planning on doing when you get your ID back?
I can do warehouse work. Warehouse is usually the easiest and the one that offers the most pay and the most hours as far as entry level positions.
Okay. Now, would that be enough money to like get housing and stuff like that?
I can do it. There's jobs out here that pay $15. $15 is not enough. Don't get it wrong.
Right.
The extra overtime always helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're willing to work hard.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I stay off the streets, it's probably. I
Right.
can go to a motel, and it is expensive, but for now, that's a plan for now.
Right.
So I can figure something else out.
Yeah. Now, what's the best moments you had in life? What's the best moment, absolute moment you can think of?
I was 17 going up. I was a teenager.
Okay.
I was actively going to church. I go to the Baptist church.
Okay.
We had so much fun. We used to do everything. I used to be so involved with church. I would be in
Uh-huh.
church about 4 days a week.
Really?
Doing something. If it's not Bible study, we have
How old were you then, you said?
15, 16, 17 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to have so much fun. We used to go to camps.
Yeah.
I used to coach little kids in their little leagues and everything else.
Right.
I used to be so involved with church.
Mhm.
I was very happy at that time.
Right. What, you ever thought about trying to go back to that lifestyle?
Yeah. It's just right now, it's a lot of stuff is on hold. I can go to church.
Right.
But
I got you. Yeah, just pulling it all together. Life is, a lot of people take being homeless for granted. I mean, just me having a home and working a job, it's still hard to just pull things together when you're by yourself. It is so hard, and I cannot imagine, having the severe depression, whatever, and you still have to focus on life and keeping yourself pulled together, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and then, with your upbringing, it's nothing more heartbreaking than, not having your mother to love you the right way.
right.
I mean, that starts you off in a negative.
And it hinders you as an adult. I mean, I don't want to admit it, and I don't want it to be like that. But now I'm still suffering from what my mother did, and I still don't know how to cope with it.
Right.
I can't cope with it.
By ignoring it.
Yeah, but to actually sit down and
Have you forgiven her?
I haven't.
You have not?
I haven't talked to her in a while.
Okay, well, you're not going to make any moves until you forgive her.
Yeah, I know, and I can say that I can forgive her, but
I
deep
got
down
you.
in my heart, that's something else. I can articulate that I forgive her, but do I really mean it when I say it?
Right. And that's what makes you so different out here, because, your thought process is, I mean, like I said, we're out here in the jungle.
Yeah.
Woo, you know what I'm saying? And I just really commend the fact that you haven't given up and succumbed to all the crack that's out here, all the liquor and everything, and you're focused. That's the word I want to use for you, focused. So, all right, what's the lowest point of your life, like the worst thing that you feel that just...
Lowest point, I guess when I broke up my previous ex about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's been, I didn't know what to do because I was staying with her mother, and we were staying with her mother, I should say. And I was paying rent though, so she wasn't paying rent at all. I was paying $800 something for rent.
Okay.
I just didn't know what to do. Life was so intertwined. When I left, it was just about life. So
Right.
Even when we weren't getting along, it was just so much stuff we were doing together as far as like put names on stuff. Like we had a car together.
Right.
We had other stuff together, So.
Yeah. So trying to unwind from everything y'all built together, and and that was like a family unit for you.
Yeah. Actually, I had a family together. It was not just her. It was her, my mother, her younger brother, her younger sister. I got along with her, the siblings. We loved each other. Her mother was evil. She was cool. She had a good heart, though.
Okay.
She used to talk, mad junk about both of us.
Okay.
Then I dealt with my ex. She had a terrible attitude about everything. I don't even know I lasted as long as I did with her.
Okay. And how long were y'all together?
About 2 years.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that you've gone through that, but you're young. You have your head screwed on straight. You have a lot of hope. Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you will find a woman easily. Well, I appreciate everything. This was a fascinating story. I just love the part about the aging out, because no one really focuses on that, and they take that for granted that, you're in foster care all your life, and then all of a sudden, boom, like,
And a lot of people just don't know what to do after that. I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't know what to do. And then it was hard after that. So
Right, but you made it through and you're very resilient. Very resilient. So I wish you all the luck, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.